Imagine this. You wake up in New York, have breakfast in Paris, catch the sunset in Tokyo, and still make it home for dinner. No planes, no trains, no traffic. Just snap. And you're there. What if teleportation wasn't science fiction anymore? What if it became your reality tomorrow? Today, we're diving into one of humanity's oldest dreams. Teleportation. The ability to move from one place to another instantaneously. It sounds impossible, right? But here's the thing, scientists are already working on it. And if we could actually pull it off, it wouldn't just change how we travel, it would change everything. So buckle up because we're about to explore a world where distance becomes meaningless. Let's start with the obvious question. Can we actually teleport? Well, sort of. Scientists have already teleported particles using something called quantum entanglement. In 2017, Chinese researchers teleported a photon from Earth to a satellite in space, over 870 miles away. But here's the catch. They didn't teleport the physical photon. They teleported its quantum state, basically its information. Think of it like this. Imagine making a perfect copy of yourself somewhere else while the original you disappears. Your memories, your thoughts, every atom in your body, reconstructed perfectly in a new location. Creepy? Maybe. But technically, you'd still be you. Now, teleporting a human being is infinitely more complex. Your body contains roughly 7 octillion atoms. That's a 7 with 27 zeros behind it. Scientists would need to scan every single one, transmit that information, and rebuild you perfectly. One tiny error, and you might end up missing an arm? Or worse. But let's imagine we've cracked it. The technology exists. Teleportation pods are as common as elevators. What happens next? Picture your morning routine. Instead of a brutal commute, you finish your coffee, step into your teleportation pod at home, and emerge in your office lobby 3 seconds later. No traffic jams, no delayed trains, no road rage. Your friend in Australia? They're joining you for lunch in downtown Manhattan. Your parents who live across the country? They can pop over for dinner any night of the week. Distance becomes irrelevant. The world shrinks to the size of your neighborhood. But here's where it gets interesting. If commuting takes 0 time, why live in expensive cities? You could have a beachfront villa in Bali, teleport to your job in London every morning, and be home for sunset. Real estate would be completely redistributed. Those cramped apartments in Tokyo and New York? Suddenly unnecessary. Think about travel. Today, getting to another country means hours on a plane, jet lag, and expensive tickets. With teleportation, you could visit the pyramids of Egypt in the morning, hike Machu Picchu in the afternoon, and watch the northern lights in Iceland before bed. Tourism would explode, but it would also transform. Hotels might disappear. Why pay for a room when you can teleport home every night? Instead, you'd see day pass tourism, quick visits to monuments, restaurants, and experiences. The Eiffel Tower might need crowd control systems just to handle the millions of daily visitors popping in for a quick selfie. Restaurants would become global. Craving authentic ramen? Teleport to Tokyo for lunch. The world's best pizza in Naples? A 5-second trip away. Every meal could be an international experience. But here's the darker side. Over-tourism would reach catastrophic levels. Fragile ecosystems, sacred sites, and historical landmarks could be trampled by billions of visitors. We'd need strict regulations, appointment systems, daily quotas, or even banned locations. Now let's talk about the economy. The entire transportation industry, airlines, car manufacturers, shipping companies, would collapse overnight. Millions of jobs gone in an instant. Pilots, truck drivers, ship captains, taxi drivers, all obsolete. But new industries would emerge. Teleportation tech companies would dominate the market. Engineers, maintenance crews, and energy specialists would be in massive demand. Because here's the thing, teleportation would require enormous amounts of energy. We're talking about breaking down and reconstructing matter that's not cheap. Imagine your electricity bill if you teleport 5 times a day. Energy companies would become the new oil tycoons. And if teleportation tech was expensive, it would create a new class divide. The wealthy who can teleport anywhere, and everyone else stuck with old-fashioned travel. Delivery services would be instant. Amazon could promise true 1-second delivery. Manufacturing would decentralize, build products anywhere, teleport them anywhere. Global supply chains would be restructured completely, but with great power comes great chaos. Teleportation would be a security nightmare. Bank robbers could hit a vault and vanish before alarms even sound. Criminals could escape to another continent instantly. Borders would become meaningless. Governments would need teleportation tracking systems, every jump monitored, recorded, regulated. Privacy would take a massive hit. Want to visit a friend? The government knows? Attending a protest? Tracked. The surveillance state would expand exponentially. And what about accidents? Imagine someone teleporting into a space already occupied by another person, or into a wall, or 1,000 feet above ground. The safety protocols would need to be absolutely flawless. One glitch could mean instant death. Terrorism would evolve too. Bombs could be teleported into secure locations. Assassinations could happen without the killer ever being in the same room. The entire concept of security would need to be reinvented. On a personal level, relationships would transform. Long-distance relationships would barely exist. Your partner could live on another continent and still see you every day. Families would stay connected regardless of geography. But community might suffer. If you can live anywhere and work anywhere, what ties you to a place? Neighborhoods could lose their identity. Local cultures might blend into one global culture. The unique character of cities, shaped by centuries of isolation and local development, could fade away. Dating would get weird too. Your pool of potential partners would expand from your city to literally the entire planet. Dating apps would need country filters, not just mile radius settings. And think about language. If you can visit any country instantly, would we all need to learn multiple languages? Or would translation tech advance to the point where language barriers disappear entirely? Here's something interesting. Teleportation could actually save the planet or destroy it. On one hand, eliminating planes, cars, and ships would slash carbon emissions dramatically. No more fossil fuel pollution from transportation. The air would clear. Climate change could slow. But the energy required for billions of daily teleportations? That could be catastrophic unless it's renewable. We'd need solar farms the size of countries or advanced fusion reactors. If we got it wrong, we'd trade vehicle emissions for energy crisis emissions. There's also the question of nature. If remote locations become instantly accessible, would any wilderness remain untouched? Would we love nature to death, visiting every corner of the planet until nothing remains pristine? So what if we could teleport anywhere instantly? It would be the most transformative technology in human history. We'd live in a world where distance is irrelevant, where your morning commute is measured in seconds, and where the entire planet is your backyard. But it would come with a price. Lost jobs, privacy concerns, security nightmares, and potential environmental disaster. Like any powerful technology, teleportation would amplify both the best and worst of humanity. The question isn't just, can we do it? It's, should we? And if we do crack teleportation, how do we make sure we don't destroy what makes our world special in the process? What do you think? Would you use teleportation if it existed tomorrow? Or are some boundaries better left in place? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the future, smash that like button and subscribe for more mind-bending scenarios. Until next time, keep wondering.